We can fix it.
I never knew how to fix it.
How you open it?
We are live.
All right. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. Aisha, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and do the roll call, please.
David Gonzalez.
Here.
Okay. Awa.
Here.
Mason.
Here.
Leslie.
Here.
Jalen. Jaylene. Sorry. No. Okay. Haas. No. Okay, but he's here. Okay, great. Halawanami. No. Okay. Kendall.
Here.
Louise. Gia.
Oh shit.
Okay. Manuel's here. Okay. Merve. Shannon.
Here.
Anthony.
Here.
David Stevens.
Here.
Daniel Motley.
Here.
Edmund Gayton.
He went to the restroom, but he should be here momentarily.
Carmen.
Here.
Jared is here. Nicolette.
Here.
Jessica.
Here.
Amaya.
Here.
James.
Here.
Taylor. Jocelyn.
Here.
Okay, we're good.
Thank you, Asia. Can I go ahead and get approval of the minutes, please?
Motion to approve the minute.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. And then I did make one amendment to the agenda that I sent out. I didn't add the executive and legislative reports, which are going to be right before the executive weekly reports. So if I can get approval of the amended agenda, please.
Motion to approve the amended agenda.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. And now we're going to be going into a breakout room with Dr. Craig, which will put our live streaming on hold for just a brief period. So please bear with me while Austin does that.
I think
All right, everyone. Austin, are we still alive?
Yes, we are still live. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia. So we're going to go ahead and go through the rest of the agenda. So next up is the appointments for the Current Concerns Chair as well as the Legislative Chair. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Austin, if you could put Awa into a breakout room, please.
Who again? I'm sorry.
Awa.
All right, she should be there now.
All right, so for the current concerns position, Awa Mbai is a freshman at UNCG, majoring in political science with a minor in Spanish. Awa is a member of the Legal Professions Association and student government, of course. Outside of school, Awa participates in the Center for Housing and Community Studies at the Cottage Garden Resource Center. The CGRC, or the Cottage Studies Cottage Garden Resource Center, aims to help low-income families within the Cottage Garden neighborhood. And this program offers equal educational opportunities, AAA rental assistance, food security, and tutoring. A little bit about Awa. I've been working with Awa since the beginning of last semester when she came in, and she's definitely been really helpful. One of these scenarios in which was during the Black Lives Matter mural group that we had last semester, as well as continuing this semester. She definitely stepped up with some great ideas, and I know that the last meeting that we had with Austin and Cam and the rest of you all who were on that call, she definitely stepped up with some great ideas that were an initiative in the right direction. So I definitely think that with her strong voice and her good background in community service, that should be a great role for the Current Concerns Committee. So Jesse, if you wouldn't mind, we can go straight into a period of questioning for 5 minutes.
Time starts when you start.
All right, so anyone who has a question, please drop a X in the chat. Edmund,
A motion to move into voting.
is there a second?
Second.
Is there any dissent? Jesse, if you could go ahead and send that out.
Edmund, would you mind if we discussed the other individual as well and then voted just one voting form? If it's up to you all, just to make it easier on me.
Yeah, Ali, that's cool with you, yeah.
Jesse, how would that work? Because what if people vote, different ways on each individual that I'm appointing?
It would be two separate questions.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so I can go ahead and do that if Edmund can retract his motion.
Yeah, I retract my motion.
And who did the second? Whoever seconded, if you could just remove your motion, please. Or your
I
second.
remove my motion.
Thank you. And I'll go ahead and move to the next individual. Austin, if you could put Daniel into a waiting room, please. All right.
Ready.
Daniel uses he, him, his pronouns, and he is a senior here at UNCG. He is pre-law history and a psychology major with a minor in political science. He's worked closely with Charles Massey, the previous legislative chair, and Kendall Ivey within the legislation committee, and has recently been added to the governing docs committee. He is very comfortable with the writing process, knowledgeable about the policies and procedures, and takes pride in making our legislation as direct as possible. So as for Daniel, the reason I'll be appointing him is because a lot of work that he's done has been with legislation since last semester when he came in. The first piece that he did was just speaking about SGA and the way in which it operates to make things more, accessible and easier for the senators to use. It was a very well written piece of legislation, and it got passed as well. And he's also been working with Charles in the interim period just to get an idea of the legislative chair position. So I definitely think that Daniel has the right abilities and skills and the experience to be the next legislative chair. So Jesse,
Ali, sorry to interrupt you, but I think Daniel's still in this call. He's not in a breakout room.
really?
Oh, wait, now he is. Okay. I think
Sorry.
it's been fixed. Never mind.
Yeah, it was messed up because they joined a breakout room. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Jesse, could we go ahead into a period of questioning for 5 minutes?
Go for it.
All right. If there's any questions, please drop an X in the chat. Edmund,
Motion to move to voting.
is there a second?
Second.
Any dissent? Seeing none, Jesse, if you could now send that out, please. Thank you. Just a reminder for all senators to please go ahead and fill out that form.
Has everybody got a chance to vote? If not, please say so.
Just waiting on one more.
Alrighty, now that everybody has voted, both Awa and Daniel will be put in their new positions. Congratulations to them.
Thank you, Jesse, and thank you to everyone who voted. Austin, if you can let them back in. Actually, I think I can do it.
They should both be here.
Daniel and Awa, want to congratulate you both on your positions, respectively. Daniel for Legislative Chair and Awa for the Current Concerns Committee. Look forward to working with you all. Congratulations. Going to go ahead and move on with the rest of the agenda. Anthony, if you want to go ahead and speak about the 2021 allocations once again, please.
Hey, everybody, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So did you get my email, Ali? With the budget that I sent you?
I don't believe so. Let me just check real quick.
So that everyone has a visual to look at. Or I shared the slides with you. It might not have been an email.
I see it right at 7 o'clock. My apologies.
Oh, my apologies. Should have sent it earlier. Thank you, though.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
So I'll just go ahead and give a brief thing about it. So we went ahead, the Finance Committee, and we talked about it with the additional 25%. I talked to Meredith about it Friday, and as she stated in our previous meeting Tuesday, everything is okay, and we definitely have more than enough money. And if you could pull that, are you doing it now, or are you waiting for me, Ollie?
Can you all see it, or I'm sharing it right now?
We still see
No, you're old. PowerPoint's still up.
1 second.
Oh, you're good. And then go down and click on the 2021 spring.
1 second. My computer is overheating like crazy.
All those tabs you have open.
Yeah. Got too many screens open.
Oh no, that wasn't tabs. I'm looking at something else.
Oh snap. What is it? Hold on. I got 2 screens open, that's why.
Oh.
Okay. Can you all see it now?
Yes. All right, so the green is the original amount that we approved last Tuesday, which was at 75%. And the blue is what they will get for an additional 25%. So that is what they'll be getting. And once, if it's approved, I will email students tomorrow morning to notify them that they got approved an additional amount. Does anybody have any questions? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was wondering, so is there a possibility that student groups are going to be able to do like funding requests or anything like that? I mean, I'm not against the adding the additional 25% at all. I don't think anyone actually is, but with my experience with budgeting, the less that you have, the more likely you are to better, how can I say it? The better you are to be able to handle your own budget. Like you're going to be able to factor out the most important things and the least important things. So I feel like, I don't know, being able to request more funding for whatever you need, I guess a little later on in the semester, I don't know if that's the best idea. What are your thoughts on that?
So I really don't understand your question, but I will say this, and it was mentioned last week. So if they have something they want to fund, we can only fund up to 75% of it, right? Let's say they, for some reason, can't get the money that they need because they already can't fundraise like well enough during COVID. So if we give them this additional 25%, they won't have to, depending on what they're doing, they won't have to fundraise because we give them all the money that they need to do this event. So let's say somebody wanted money for something and we can only give them 75%. If they can't get the remaining funds, then they can't do the event. But if we give them this additional 25%, it covers their costs and they're able to do whatever they need to do. Does that make sense? Did I explain that well enough for you?
No, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Another thing is just like from last week, someone also said that student groups rarely ever use 50% out of the 75% that we normally give them. So that's why I'm asking, is there a possibility for any sort of funding requests to take place later on in the semester?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, that's all I have to say.
So we're not doing another allocation period, but on that note, even if, and Meredith and Milan, you can correct me wrong because I talked to you both about it. Even if they don't spend the money, it goes back to SGA at the end of the year anyway. So we're just, as Gia mentioned last week, I'm sure this was Gia's point, that at least they have the opportunity to spend the money. It goes back to us regardless if they end up not spending it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Anthony. Gia?
Yeah, I was just going to kind of touch on some of the points that were mentioned. Kind of like Anthony said, like if we don't, and like I said last week, like if they don't spend the money, it does come back to us. So there really is no harm in giving them this money. And also with funding requests, they've already told us what they needed. So I think we should fund that. But if there is money left in the allocations budget after this, I think it could be a cool opportunity to offer that money in funding requests so that there's still the opportunity for that to go back to the students. But that's all I was going to say about that.
Do I need an X to respond to Gia?
No, you're presiding. It's all you.
Okay, so a point of clarification, Gia. So are you saying that we should do another allocation period?
Not an allocation period, but kind of like what SGA did, like not SGA, ASG does with their grants. Like if a student just needs, like just wants to do another event, they can just put it in as they need it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full-blown allocations process where everybody has to do it, but it could be like as an own need basis that y'all could look at it. Like, I don't know if your committee has weekly meetings or like whenever your next meeting is, you could look at it, but I don't think it would need to be like a full-blown allocations process again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And so with that, I'm going to ask Milan, because is that outside of the SOPs, Milan? Can we do a second let's do a second process for that?
Could someone yield their time to Milan, please?
The finance committee can regulate the allocations period in cooperation with the treasurer. So if we both agree, we could in theory create another allocations period, yes. Okay,
so to respond back to Gia, that is something I'm open to. Once again, we'll have a committee meeting, and if everyone else is willing to, do the work again, I'm sure we see no issue with that. So I'm positive that as long as we can get everyone on board, we should be good to go.
Awesome. Also, if there's anything I can do to help with that, please let me know. I'm willing to.
Yeah, well, since it's like, a different process, students probably aren't going to be familiar with it. So just like, making it known that this is what we are going to do. Just once after we talk to the committee, I'll get your number and we can talk on the phone and figure all that out.
Could someone yield their time to Milan once again?
I yield.
Thank you.
Question, Anthony. When did the finance committee meet to approve this remaining 25% allocation?
Well, so I talked to each of them individually. I didn't want anybody to feel like they had to go with someone else's vote. So I wanted to have them individually do it. So I talked to each of them individually. so they don't feel coerced into making a decision that they really weren't comfortable with.
So you confirmed that each member of the finance committee feels comfortable with this additional 25%.
Yes, everyone confirmed. I'm sure all of them here today, and they're welcome. If I didn't call them, they are more than welcome to say they object.
Okay, well, you didn't call me, but yes, I agree with the concept.
Jessica.
Hi, just going off of what Anthony said, I just want to confirm that yes, actually before Anthony called me, he actually told me he called Manuel, who's also a member of the finance committee. And then after he called me, I confirmed everything was cool. He said he was going to call Tilawanami, and that's what it was. So I just wanted to make sure there's no confusion about that. Yes, we're all called.
Thank you. Tilawanami?
Yeah, I also want to back that up that Anthony did call all of us and we did all approve.
Can someone yield their time to Milan, please?
I yield to Milan.
Thank you.
Anthony, did you ask Merve?
I did not ask Merve. I'm still is she still in the committee? That hasn't really been clarified.
Redirect to Ali.
Anthony, have you reached out to Merve? Because I did.
No, I did not reach out to Merve.
Okay, well, I haven't had a response either. Is Merve on the call right now?
No, Merve is not on the call today.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what's fair because Merve has not responded. Gia?
This is just not to deal with the budget, but to deal with what we're talking about. This is the same senator that said they don't feel included in SGA. So I think we need to do better to reach out to people, especially when these are people who are saying they don't already feel included in our organization, because this doesn't help them feeling included. If anything, this is farther making them feel excluded.
For sure, Gia. Thank you for sharing that. Austin, if someone can yield their time to Austin, please.
I yield.
Thank you.
I just wanted to remind committee chairs, this is a little not on topic, but you should be meeting with your committee to make official business. There's like protocols and the SOPs for this. Please make sure that you're meeting with your committees and you're taking like actual votes to be official, and make sure, like, obviously you're inviting all committee members, both those who have voting rights and ex officio members.
Thank you, Austin. Tilawanami.
Anthony did actually meet with all of us, but I don't think he intentionally tried to like leave her out or anything. I just think he wasn't like too clear about whether or not she was still there. So I think that was like an honest mistake.
Thank you, Tilawanami. Jesse, can someone yield their time to Jesse, please? Actually, no, take that back. Daniel.
Yeah, after the last meeting concluded, I was under the assumption that she was resigning based on her reactions to everything, because I remember her saying that she's going to submit that. I haven't heard anything in following.
I haven't heard anything from her either. I'm just trying to give her time because I know she did say that she didn't feel included, and I definitely want to make sure that we resolve that without any resignations if possible. Could someone yield their time to Jesse, please?
I yield to Jesse.
Thank you, Gia.
I just kind of wanted to note, like, even if they were to conduct a formal vote, if they're all agreeing now, even if she was included, they would still be in the majority of that they all agree. Just from like a Parley Pro Robert's Rules standpoint, they would still be in a simple majority.
Thank you, Jesse. And I'll make sure that I will somehow get in contact with her at some point to figure out how to resolve this to make her feel more included. And then I'll contact you, Anthony, and then maybe us three can have a meeting.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want, we can delay this and wait another week. I just prefer to get this out to the students as soon as possible so they know what they're working with.
Thanks, Anthony. Could someone yield their time to Austin, please?
I yield to Austin.
You don't necessarily need a committee vote from the finance committee to move forward. If like a senator would like to just go ahead and motion to approve this, then you could get back on the road for it. But it's up to you. It may send a particular image. I just want to throw that out there.
Thank you, Austin. Gia?
Oh, I was just gonna say, if we feel comfortable moving forward, I'm fine with making the motion to approve this.
I second.
Okay, well, as long as we all feel comfortable about this, Gia, is that a formal motion? Could you make a formal motion, please?
Yes, I motion to suspend the part of the governing docs that says we can't fund at 100% to fund student organizations at 100%. And when I say governing docs, sorry, I mean bylaws.
Thank you. And is there a second?
Second.
Any dissent? Seeing none. Jesse, could you send out a link so we could vote on this, please? Thank you, Jesse. And once again, take your time, and if all senators can please vote on this. Thank you. Milan, you had a point of order. If someone could yield their time to Milan, please.
I yield my time to Milan.
Point of order. This spreadsheet can be found under the treasurer's folder in the shared drive if you need to further examine it, just to kind of clarify that that is there. And once you complete a vote, I will remove the 25% and 75% columns contingent on which vote you choose and make the final number in the green column.
Thank you, Milan. I'm just trying to share my screen 1 second. Give me 1 second. Real quick, which screen are you all seeing?
It's allocations.
Allocations?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Just waiting on 2 more. Just waiting on one more now.
Alrighty, in a vote of 17 to 2, the spring allocations passes.
Thank you, Jesse, and thank you to everyone who voted. And congratulations to the student groups for having 100% funding. I know it's definitely something that we've been working towards. And thank you, Anthony and Milan as well. Moving into executive and legislative reports next. Cam, if you want to go ahead.
So Cam let me know that she wasn't able to be here right now. So I'll go ahead and read hers. Cam, there's her contact information. Feel free to email her or shoot her a text if you need to meet with her. Her office hours are 1 to 2:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But if you need any other time, she is more than willing to reach out. What has she been up to? Meeting about the SGA video, answering emails about future SGA elections and student concerns, meeting with student leader conference committee, soon attending governing documents meetings, setting up chamber meetings and other meetings, conducting team meetings and grad school interviews. Hopefully those go well. Wish her luck if you see her or you just want to send a text or anything. What is coming up? Continue to organize and work on the Student Leaders Conference for the semester, meeting with me, follow up on student concerns, and holding office hours. So again, make sure you let Cam know. Good luck on her grad school interviews. I know she'll definitely appreciate.
Thank you, Austin, for stepping in for Cam. Irving.
Hey y'all. So what I've been up to, I had a meeting with Dr. Akins last week about graduation, COVID, student fees, and inclusivity towards people who don't think like us. We had governing docs review committee. The cubicle looks a mess right now, but we're working on it. We've also been working on the Find Yourself Here campaign. It's a part of the Black Lives Matter initiatives. We had the Chancellor's Roundtable today, and I finally signed my contract for my job after college. What's coming up is filming for the Find Yourself campaign here. Find Yourself Here campaign is tomorrow. I've been working with this RA to do free headshots for their residents for a program. And then been looking for an apartment. And then these pictures here of Austin, I've gotten him into the gym lately and he's been doing a pretty good job. So I wanted to give him a shout out.
Thanks, buddy. I'm pretty sore, so you're doing a pretty good job.
Thank you, Irving, and thank you, Austin.
I also have one more slide from the meeting earlier. These are the notes from the Chancellor's Roundtable today. Some of the concerns I brought up, these are the answers. He said that the health and wellness days will not be moved to a Friday or a Monday to create a 3-day weekend, just to prevent students from traveling or doing something they shouldn't be doing. Conversations are being held so professors know not to assign homework on those days. So it can actually be like a health and wellness day. The university is in the final stages of opening up a vaccine clinic, and they're possibly looking for student volunteers. There's a third round of CARES/HERF Act funding that's coming out at some point. It was just passed by some committee and it has to go through a lot of other stuff. But he thinks it'll be passed in April and then it'll take some more time to work out the logistics. He didn't say this, but we don't have like a final say, so I wouldn't really share this with everyone, but I thought y'all should know since we've talked about this. They're also working on some sort of virtual / in-person commencement ceremony. There's more details to come, and also I wouldn't share this with everyone until the university says otherwise. And he also let us know that if you want the vaccine, you should try going to the Coliseum towards the end of the day, because once they thaw out the vaccines, they cannot put them back in the freezer, so they throw them away. So if you ask for like the extras, they may give you one. And then a quote that I have is, wealth is not about the status of your bank account, but the person you're becoming. I did a financial wellness webinar last week, and I think this was the most important thing the guy said the whole time. So I wanted to let y'all know about that.
Thank you so much, Irvin.
You're welcome.
Chris.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So there's my name, cell phone, email. I don't have specific office hours. Please just like text or email me and we can just do it by appointment. That just seems to be the easiest. What I've been up to, I started this year totaling my car, but then I made up with it, having lunch with Anthony, talking about stuff with SGA. I've had 2 governing docs meetings, and I've just been looking at internships at the moment. What's coming up? I'm trying to get the library read posters started up again this semester. So I'm going to be contacting the library services to see what we could do about that, if they still are planning to do it, besides despite COVID this year. So I'll get back with that. I'm maybe getting a dog, a husky pit bull mix. I'm planning the second SGA GSA meeting. Our last one we had was in December, and it was very productive. We got to learn more about how GSA operates and how we can come together to better the student body as a whole. And their president, I think it's Nagla, she's very smart and informative, so she was very helpful in that meeting. So I'm hoping this next one will be just as productive. And I'm brainstorming academic initiatives for the semester. So if anybody has ideas that they want to put on pertaining to academics and getting students motivated to study and stuff along those lines, please just let me know and we can plan something. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Chris, and I hope you're okay from your total car accident.
Yeah, man, that is it's not fun.
We'll have to talk about it some other time. Paige.
Hi, everyone. So my email and my phone are listed right there. Please contact me if you would like to collaborate, have any questions, anything like that. I'm available. What I've been up to. So yeah, yes, my slide didn't update, but I met with Gia at the beginning of, well, I guess you could say the beginning of the semester, and we were working more on our needs legislation, but we're doing the second part of the legislation. So that'll be brought to you all soon. I also met with Tynasia, Charles, and Kendall, and we went out for lunch, well, brunch, and it was nice. Talked about SGA and life. I also created some legislation with AWA, so that'll be on the lookout. Also had a meeting with dining, trying to see how we can get more dining options open later, especially because Ramadan is coming up and we don't want students to feel like they don't have any dining options. And that was also brought upon with AWA, so shout out to AWA. Also the campus safety walk with UNCGPD, that's coming up on March 10th. So be on the lookout for that. I'm sorry that the dates keep changing, but we just realized that the last date conflicted with the Health and Wellness Day, so we just wanted to make sure we changed that. So yeah, be on the lookout for the form. Also applying for summer internships, Pearson intern work, and of course Zoom University. What's coming up? So the first virtual annual campus safety walk with UNCGPD, as well as still meeting with Gia so we can finish our legislation. Thank you.
Thanks, Paige. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page real quick. Tanisha.
Hi everyone. I hope you all are well. So my office hours are right there. Just let me know so I can send you the Zoom link. There's my contact information. So what I've been up to, I made some welcome back mini care packages that were with hand sanitizer, stress balls, and bookmarks. I also participated in MLK Service Day and had a couple meetings with some folks in SGA. I've been working on my research, classes, and working at Target. What's to come? Find Yourself campaign video, legislations for representation within the classroom, community service event for March for SGA, and more research classes in Target. Happy Black History Month. This is the first speech language pathologist who was Black. So I wanted to share that, and reminders, please submit your community service hours. And also if you have any ideas, please let me know.
Thank you, Ty. Corinne?
So I'm Corinne. My pronouns are she and her, and that's my email, c_lions@uncg. And then my office hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays this semester at 9 to 11 a.m. And then what I've been up to, I had meetings with the Green Fund Committee this month, and we had 2 proposals, one for a hot water heater for Jefferson Suites and another for emergency LED lighting in the high rises in Reynolds, Cone, and Grogan. And then I also got accepted to USC for my PhD, so I'm really excited about that. And then what's coming up, I have just another meeting with the Sustainability Council next week, and then a meeting for the Green Fund Committee in March.
Thanks, Corinne. And congratulations on being accepted to USC. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Saheem.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. So what I've been up to recently is just working with ASG, met with the budget and fees and campus outreach, and something that I want to bring back from the ASG meeting from last month is just talking about more emergency fundings for students. Now, this is something that I didn't know, but I would like to bring it up to y'all, see if you reach out to your constituents, is that if students are falling on hard times and they need extra funding, they can go to the Dean of Students and they will work out some way to find some funding and give you some money that is needed, as well as the budgets and fees, Budget and Finance Committee at ASG are still working on our grant processes for the future. So we're still not yet solidified on how we're going to do grants out to student organizations. I think this month we should be done. It's been a hard time trying to figure out the marketing and everything that goes in between it and behind it. Also, for the Campus Outreach Committee from ASG, we're planning our advocacy week, which this semester we're going to be focused on mainly mental health. We just got these stickers today that Austin told me about. So definitely I will talk about more about advocacy week in my What's Coming Up session. Also shout out to Gia, Austin, and Ali for always being there at ASG. ASG can get very long sometimes, especially when it comes to voting on legislation and talk about what's best for the UNC system. So thank you all for just always being there. I work with the Atlanta Hawks, the NBA team, over Christmas break. That was really fun just to get some more sales experience. I met some cool Hawks reps as well as some NBA players. I attended Dream Big and Lead Boldly workshop hosted by Stanford University. That was very impactful into creating like a better way to lead. Something that stuck out to me from that workshop is that we always say lead by example, but you should also lead by following. Always push people that are underneath you, that are your constituents, to step up and become better leaders. Next is that I landed my first internship with Dell. So that's what I'll be doing this summer as an inside sales intern. So excited for that. I started in May. Hopefully that goes pretty good. As well as I was spotlighted as a team leader. As you can tell, there's my picture on the left. My favorite quote from that is, as a team leader, I've learned how to become uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. That's made me just a great leader, effectively all around. Again, we have ASG this weekend from February 19th to February 20th. So next month, I will be talking about what we talked about in this upcoming meeting. If you have any questions or anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. My number and email up there, as well as Advocacy Week is coming up March 22nd to 26th. Is anyone interested in helping me with the Zoom and just being able to advocate on behalf of UCG students? Please reach out to me. I'll be reminding again in the next couple of weeks. I will be reaching out to Dr. Craig and Dr. Akins just for some more faculty help on that side. So if you're still on the Zoom, look out for an email from me in the next couple of days. That's basically all. I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's family is well. And thank you all for just allowing me to speak.
Thank you for your time, Sahim, and you're definitely doing big things and moving in the right direction as a leader. Definitely looking forward to working with you. Jesse.
Hello, everyone. There's my name, email, phone number if you need anything or just want to text me during the meeting if you have questions. What I've been up to, creating all the forums, sharing all my knowledge. What's up next? Continuing what I do. And I'm also applying and interviewing for grad school and assistantships. So send me all the good vibes. Have a great week.
Thanks, Jesse. Good luck with applying for grad schools. Asia.
Hi. Okay, so there's my name, there's my pronouns, and my email. What I've been up to, Go Leadership Challenge, applying for CNA jobs for the summer, doing too many discussion posts for class, and work study in the at the EUC Info Desk. What's coming up is I'm starting Raise 'em Up mentoring this week for Go Leadership Challenge. Pretty excited about that. And also continue organizing the legislative assistant folder in the drive. Just hope all of you remember that you are braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think. Thank you.
Thank you, Asia. Milan.
Can you refresh the page?
Yeah, I'll do it one more time.
Yeah, definitely. It's okay. It's fine. For the sake of time, we're just gonna keep going. So, hey everyone, my name is Milan Novakovic. My email and phone number will be on the screen shortly. I will hold office hours Mondays at 9 to noon. You're welcome to send me an email or text during that time, or just drop in to my workstation over in campus activities and programs. That's where I'm doing my practicum internship, so I will likely be there. What I've been up to, been working on Spring 21 allocations, updating finance SOPs, updating the organization's ledger and keeping track of previous expenses, working with Corey on that, and then SGA member requests as needed. I've also just been doing my practicum internship and applying for jobs in grad school. Fingers crossed, something great is coming soon. Moving forward, I'll be assisting the finance committee as they need, updating the finance SOPs, working on SGA member requests. I really encourage you all to kind of think about how you want to use SGA funds. They are available to you, so please make sure you're taking advantage of those. Some great things that have been done thus far. Shout out to Edmund for a Black History Month banner that's now up in front of the EUC. So that's a great example of how your budget requests can be used. Please keep those coming. And then just continuing doing treasurer work and preparing for graduation in 78 days. Next is Mr. Gayton.
Thank you, Milan. And definitely, I know you're looking forward to graduation. Every time I ask you, you know the day. Edmund?
What's up? I thought I had a picture, but I guess it got deleted. But what's up, everyone? My name is Edmund. Pronouns he, him, his. Email and phone number are there if you need me. What have I been up to? Meeting with Ali, Sahim, Leslie, and Haz. Still a member of the Chancellor's Advisory Committee. I've been at some of the Governing Docs Committee, working with students on legislation. the I Belong committee meeting, the Black History Month banner. Actually, Ali, can you refresh it? Because I added more that should be up there.
I was about to say, is my computer messing up? Because
Ali, yeah, I think that we all use a different PowerPoint deck, and then it might have not transferred over.
give me 1 second. Let me actually open the physical one because I just imported the slides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it now. There's the picture of Milan that I missed on accident. And then Edmund, I messed up everyone else's slides as well. I apologize. Edmund, if you want to go ahead.
Sorry, I was muted. Yep. There's my beautiful picture that I had. Let's see. Where was I at? James Harden. Thank you for that, Irving. Let's see. Working on the Black History Month banner that is outside the EUC. That will be up there until the end of February. So if you have not already been by, make sure you go by and take a look at it, take a picture of it too. Also working on my Gold Leadership Challenge and finding internships. Ali, next slide, please. And then what's coming up, I have a meeting next week with Dr. Akins. I'm looking forward to that. Planning a EDI committee survey to get student input on different things about campus. Working on making more banners. Definitely don't want to just end it with just this one banner. Hopefully we can get more made. Working on the Find Yourself Here project. I have multiple different little parts of that I'm working on. Tomorrow I'm recording the video that we'll be posting for that as well. And then just a little side note, if you want to work with the committee, feel free to reach out to me. We're always looking to add people who are willing to help out. And then I left a little quote from my good fraternity brother, John Lewis, rest in peace. But with that, hope you all have a great week and stay safe and masked up.
Thank you, Edmund. And shout out on your podcast because you didn't even mention that yourself. Carmen?
Hey everyone, my name's Carmen, she, her, hers, my email's there if you need me. Recently I had a meeting with Taylor Urban, who was a part of the elections committee. Then I had a meeting with Meredith. I've also been creating the elections timeline for general and special, creating flyers for the general election, doing Gold Leadership, and I just started my mentoring program this week. And I'm an RA, so I've been doing RA work. And yeah, what's coming up is just elections. Thank you. Have a good week, everyone.
Thanks, Carmen. Anthony?
Thank you, Ali. So there's my email, adcordy at uncg.edu. Also, there's a finance committee email if anyone wants to use that. That is also listed. Office hours Monday and Tuesday, 8 to 10. What I've been up to, what we done a couple weeks ago was the SGA allocations and the meeting with the committee. I had a meeting that was very productive with Senator Gayton and Motley about several initiatives that we would like to do. And we're just breaking the ice on that, but we have a lot planned and hopefully we can get it done. I've been interviewing with the U.S. Department of Transportation. I did get the job. And what's coming up is, well, the main thing is auditing, but we're going to talk about GIA's proposal about doing another allocation period. So we will look into that for you, GIA. And so that I'll be meeting with the committee on that.
Thank you, Anthony, and congratulations on that. It's a big job.
Thank you.
Kaylee.
Hey everyone, my name's Kaylee. My pronouns, email, and cell phone number are all listed on the screen.
I've just been updating the legislation tracker, collecting information for the final historian report, attending student senate meetings, meeting with the governing docs committee weekly to revise the Constitution, and Zoom University and work, as well as Silver Leadership. What's coming up? Setting up meetings with Peyton and Juwan as needed for governing docs, continuing to attend meetings, historian report, and holding office hours by appointment. And I have a little quote here just to remind you all. I will tell you this again and again and again. You are enough. You are so incredibly enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. I believe that's it for the executive and legislative reports.
My slide wasn't up there, but I can go, Ali.
What is wrong with my computer today?
It's fine. I don't need it. Hey, y'all. It's Gia. I use she, her pronouns. If you need me, you can message me through GroupMe. So what I have been doing, I passed legislation at the last ASG to create a social justice and accessibility committee at ASG. So that was really exciting. And then I'm also doing a Black History Month Instagram campaign to highlight figures in Black history. We will be doing Marsha P. Johnson tomorrow. I'll also be doing one for Women's History Month next month. I've been doing publicity for elections. I'm working with Paige on legislation. Is there anything else that y'all need from me publicity-wise? If not, that's all I got. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Gia. And I want to apologize once again to you and everyone else who I messed up their slides about. I don't know what's going on. I got to figure that out, but I appreciate you all's time. And now back to the agenda. Executive reports. Austin, you can go ahead.
Alrighty. So the picture, okay, I don't take a lot of pictures of myself, so I never really have anything to go over there. But I thought I'd give a shout out to my photography Instagram page. I do take pictures and stuff like that. I just don't take pictures of myself. Anyways, so there's my office hours. As a reminder, I moved them from Mondays to today, and then tomorrow, or what was basically tomorrow, I'll be having office hours again from 1 to 5. So if you need anything, let me know then. What I've been up to, the Glenwood Urban Farm started last week. It was really good, very flooded. So we got to figure out how to actually work on that. Like it's worse than ever. So that's kind of a bummer, but we're gonna figure that out. Reviewing government documents for the committee. We had a really good active meeting this month or yesterday. I really enjoyed it. Definitely one of my favorite things to do in SGA is talk about governing documents and like what you would ideally like to see happen for SGA. Working on the new SGA video, getting everything ready, the script and whatnot. So hopefully that will come out good. As a reminder, we'll be recording tomorrow from 1:30 to 3:30. Hopefully we can finish a little bit early. I met with Juwan and Milan. I don't know what day that is, but the 11th. Had the governing documents meeting and the Chancellor Roundtable today. Irving said everything that I was going to say for it, so kudos to Irving. Thank you. And I found a new Secretary of Media Affairs. She will be appointed next week's meeting, so look out for that. I'm really excited to bring her on to SGA, and hopefully we can wrap up the year, smoothly. Ali, if you would like to go ahead, move along. Thank you, sir. What's coming up? Is that right? it's mostly right. The first one's wrong. I don't know what happened, but completing diversity EDU for the provost search, recording the videos I already mentioned. I have a meeting with Peyton on Thursday. That also isn't right. The governing documents review committee and ASG is this weekend. Don't worry about Ali. I don't think I had anything else different there. I just don't think those were both a part of it. I don't know what's going on either, but we'll figure it out. I'll just say if you need me, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you out, whatever is going on. Please just reach out to me and we can see what to do there. But anyways, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you all, and I guess we shall proceed.
Thank you, Austin, and I apologize to you as well.
It happens. I remember, the slides always being messed up whenever I was VP, so you're good.
Thanks. Peyton.
Hi, everyone. I hope y'all are having a good week so far. My quote for this week comes from Dr. Angela Davis, whom I love and respect. And it says, "You have to act as if it were possible to radically transform the world, and you have to do it all the time." So it is possible to radically transform the world. We just have to act like it's possible all the time. So just what I've been up to. Oh yeah, sorry. Finally set my office hours. They are virtual for the most part. I'll kind of shoot messages in the group chat if I'm going to be on campus. I am on campus a couple of times a week, but it's a little bit erratic. So I'm more reliable for my virtual office hours, and I have those times set aside. So just send me a direct message, an email, text me for the Zoom link, and I will give it to you. If you have any concerns that you want to talk to me about, anything like that, I'm always around. So just let me know. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I don't have those up there right now, but I will fix that. So just what I've been up to. Planning for Geek Week for Conduct Team. I'm really excited about that. We're kind of tying it into recruitment this year, which I think is awesome. And I think it's going to be a really good way to engage students. Shout out to Gia for offering to help me with that, with the marketing. I'm not great with social media, so I'll definitely be enlisting her help on that. Conduct team recruitment, like I said, still please be on the lookout for the link shortly. Myself and the graduate assistant and the OSRR are currently tweaking that. I know I said that last week, but we're working on some new stuff right now. So I would love to see some of y'all's names in the application pool. It's a really great opportunity. So if you have any questions about conduct team recruitment, about what I do or what we do in the OSRR, please reach out to me. Let me know. I love talking about it. I absolutely love this job. So I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Next up, we had an executive council meeting on the 10th, governing documents review committee meeting. Yesterday, like Austin mentioned, that's one of my favorite things to do. It's the first committee I've been on, so I'm excited to continue that work. Kaylee is fantastic to work with also. So if anyone has questions about the SOPs governing docs, me and Kaylee are resources for that. It is a lot of fun, like Austin said in the chat. I did some interviews. I'm a Reynolds Scholar through the Honors College, and so I helped out in the International Honors College interviewing candidates for the Reynolds Scholarship. I do that every year. It's tons of fun. I love meeting prospective students. So that was great. You can go ahead, Polly. So just coming up, executive council meeting tomorrow, conduct team meeting on Monday, the 22nd, governing documents committee review committee meeting also on the 22nd, meetings with Austin, Ollie, and Meredith as needed, setting up meetings also with Kaylee and Juan as needed. And then also I'm hoping to go to the Glenwood Urban Farm on Monday. God willing, honestly, on this one, I've been trying to go for a couple of weeks and it hasn't ended up working out, but I'm really excited to kind of get my foot in the door there, and it sounds like a great opportunity. So thank you, Ollie and Austin, for connecting me with that. All set. Thank you.
Thanks, Peyton. I'll make mine quick. Have the same office hours as usual. Email is there as well. What I've been up to, governing docs committee meetings that we've been having every Monday, working on community service opportunities for SGA, working with Sergeant Joyner, with PD once again, trying to find a time to sit down with him. It's been really complicated trying to get in touch with him. Executive council meetings once a week, every Wednesday. Just started Silver. Can y'all hear me?
We
Yeah,
can
you
We
now.
can hear you now.
My computer just crashed. Gonna have to figure that out. That's expensive. Server leadership challenge, like I mentioned, just started doing that on my second week in recording podcasts with Edmund, Irving, Saheem last week. Trying to find some internships for the summer. Right now, I'm looking at Duke for the neurosurgery department. Then I'm working with the EDI committee. We were at a meeting last Friday, and Evan was informing us about the flyer, the banner that was going up, which is now up in front of the EUC. Just a reminder to go check that out once again. Meeting with Peyton, as well as the Student Leadership Roundtable, which was held today. What's coming up? Special election and appointments, as was done today, as well as the special election, which is what Carmen was talking about. Governing Docs Committee meeting weekly still. Planning SGA outreach initiatives, continuing the Silver Leadership Challenge, which I continue, I think, every Wednesday now. I'm meeting with my coach. Working on internships and shadowing. Once again, I've started shadowing every Saturday, actually, online. There's like a virtual thing for like pre-med students. If you want the link, please let me know. I'm definitely willing to share that and help anyone however I can. Executive council meeting weekly, and then working on code related stuff and meeting with Austin and Peyton as needed. Next up, if someone could yield their time to Peyton, please.
I yield my time to Peyton.
Thanks, Gia.
Thank you, Gia. I appreciate it. So as everyone saw in the email from from Ollie earlier, also my internet is being a little weird. So if anyone can't hear me at any point, drop an X in the chat and I'll see what I can do. So as everyone saw in the email from Ollie earlier, there was a signed letter of impeachment that has been received. So just a couple of notes. I am going to read through that one time in full. Thank you in advance to the interpreters on that one. So just a quick reminder, now is not the time for commentary or questions outside of procedural stuff. So if anyone has any particular questions, any senator has any particular questions, please direct those to the inquiry, which will take place a week from today. So we will hold the inquiry and the vote next Tuesday at the following meeting. So anything else? The writer's name will be redacted to preserve confidentiality. And yeah, like I said, the vote will take place next week. So I have the letter printed per SB 9706. Those do not get transferred electronically. So have it printed out and I will go ahead and start reading that. So, dear Madam Attorney General Upchurch, on behalf of the Student Government Association, the representative voice for the student body of the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, I hereby formally request an investigation into the moral and ethical behavior of Treasurer Milan Novakovich. The events following the confirmation of Mr. Novakovich as the new treasurer on January 26, 2021, demand scrutiny in keeping with the integrity and prestige our association has rightfully earned since its inception in 1914. The origin of these concerns begins with the events taking place following February 9th, where Treasurer Novakovich presented the 98th session student allocations to the Senate for approval. That evening, a spontaneous motion was presented to the Senate to consider bypassing our standard operating procedures that allows for 75% of available funds to be increased to 100% upon dissemination to our university's student groups. The intent to motion was unbeknownst to the Finance Committee, with the exception of an ambiguous statement provided by Treasurer Novakovich to the Finance Committee Chairman, Anthony Cordy, sometime in the days preceding the February 9th meeting. Without substantiated evidence of correspondence to prove Treasurer Novakovich's attempt to inform Chairman Cordy of this motion, it begs the question of Treasurer Novakovich's organizational competence and spontaneous behavior. According to the standard operating procedures, approval by the Finance Committee is required if an overture opposes the financial guidelines. As ex officio to the Finance Committee, it is Treasurer Novakovich's responsibility to advise the Finance Committee in accordance with the financial guidelines set forth in the bylaws of our association. Lastly, within our association's unofficial correspondence on GroupMe, Treasurer Novakovich stated, quote, I inform the chairman, Anthony Cordy, I have no authority to manage the FC Finance Committee, but not before stating, quote, I recall informing you of the possibility of the motion, ? End quote. These messages took place on the afternoon of February 10th, 2021. Aside from the implied uncertainty and whether or not Treasurer Novakovich did inform Chairman Cordy, the fact that he mentioned this as a possibility, possibility is in quotes, is inherently problematic. It is not the responsibility of the treasurer to advise the Finance Committee on potential motions that he plans to assert, but rather it is the responsibility to advise the process and results of the allocation of funds, ensuring that it stays within the parameters of the financial guidelines. Moreover, if and when there is a motion to act without adherence to these guidelines, it certainly has to be deliberated and eventually affirmed by the Finance Committee, not simply mentioned as a possibility to its chairperson. In addition, a great deal of unrest and frustration commenced on February 10th, resulting in fellow senators feeling usurped by Treasurer Novakovich, spurring doubt of validity in their respective positions and in the legitimacy of our Constitution. After conferring with 10 other SGA members of various positions concerning this motion, an alarming discovery was made. In a private conversation, I was shown evidence that Treasurer Novakovich accessed Parliamentarian Johnson's folder that contained the voting record for his confirmation on January 26, 2021. The screenshot in question shows Treasurer Novakovich edited the document, though to what extent is largely unknown at this time. Within the same conversation, it was confided that Parliamentarian Johnson allowed this to take place with the intent to inform Treasurer Novakovich of who, in particular, dissented to his confirmation, thus calling to question both individuals' moral and ethical aptitude for the positions they respectively hold. To what purpose did Treasurer Novakovich peruse and edit this document? To what purpose did Parliamentarian Johnson have in informing and facilitating Treasurer Novakovich in this discovery? These questions and consequent suspicions affect the trust that is and/or should be shared and embraced within SGA. For example, among the 10 members I spoke with since February 9th, all 10 of them shared the same concerns about these allegations and worried about potential retaliation in future meetings. A senator voting for or against a bill, an appointed position, or simply sharing an unpopular opinion should be able to do so without fear of punitive retaliation by the relevant party. I asked my fellow senators, how are we to conduct our responsibilities to our constituents with this much angst and discord? To work together for comprehensive change that our fellow students so desperately need in this unprecedented time. In sum, I implore you all to speak your mind during this investigation. Ask questions that your constituents might ask. Is our association one that fosters stagnant toxicity, or is it one that embraces progress and efficient collaboration? Perhaps, most importantly, ask yourselves what it means to belong to the Student Government Association at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. I thank you for your time and your continued support for our Spartan community. Thank you.
Thank you, Peyton. And we will continue with the rest of that impeachment process and the proceedings next week, I believe, and there will be a vote. Continuing onwards, we'll move into Senator Forum. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen once again. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. Moving into Senator Forum, any senator can speak up to 2 minutes pertaining on anything to SGA. Let's put an X in the chat, please, and I will call on you. Anyone going again? Just checking for Senator Forum. Moving on, announcements. Any member of SGA can speak up to 2 minutes at this time with any announcements that they may have. Irving?
My friend that works in OLC wanted me to share that they're having the Leading for an Inclusive Campus conference on March 19th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a great opportunity. The purpose is pretty much to help student leaders explore their intersections of leadership, identity, and equity on their campus. And it is a free conference. I suggest y'all attending if possible.
Thank you, Irving. Daniel?
Hey everyone, I had a few students reach out to me concerning the dissemination of the COVID-19 relief funds. I know we've all been wondering that. Reached out to Dr. Hamilton, and he stated in the email saying that we are using the FAFSA data to determine need for automatic rewards, and the emergency grants that are application-based, they begin on February 22nd. So I'm not really sure how the application process works, but from what I garner, it is that you have been negatively impacted by COVID and anybody can apply for additional funds. But if you are qualified through the FAFSA report, then you should automatically get some money in your Spartan student account through UNC Genie. So be on the lookout for that.
Thank you, Daniel. Peyton?
Yeah, so I just wanted to echo what Irving was saying about the Link conference. I highly, highly recommend that. It's a great opportunity. I do think that registration closes tonight, so I think Irving has a link, but you can also reach out to me. I have it if anyone wants to register for that. And then going off of that, the UNC System Student Leadership Initiative is coming up. It's a similar kind of leadership geared conference. It's mostly geared towards students who are going to be returning. So if you are a freshman, sophomore, junior, that might be a good opportunity for you. And it's just another leadership forum, really great networking opportunity. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know.
Thanks, Peyton. Anyone else for announcements? If so, once again, drop an X in the chat. Thank you, Irving, for sharing that. Seeing that there's no more announcements. Asia, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and doing the adjournment roll call. Asia?
Sorry, I'm doing it.
Oh, my bad.
You're fine. Okay.
Thank you, Asia. I'm going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 8:37 p.m. Thank you, everyone, for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.